It's a great club. They're really well coached. They got good players. They definitely have a system. It's kind of like clockwork over there. Coach does a great job. Anytime you're the team trying to catch them, and we are trying to catch them. I don't want to say we don't like them, but everybody wants to be the king in their city. The last while they have been. We'll continue to try to get on their level this season.
Go win the thing. Let's go.
We're in a battle, for our own ground in the state. We've done it well so far and successfully, and there's a goal of winning the championship, and there's this internal goal in Victoria of trying to, win the throwdown series every year, which, the crowd gets up for, the players get up for, and, I'm loving being a part of it.
Here we go.
Well, how good was that? The fans are rolling in. The coaches have rolled in for Throwdown 30. Josh King is looking to get it done over the big brothers in Melbourne. Dean Vickerman, multiple-time Coach of the Year, an unbelievable legend of our league. And Josh King, he's a newbie, but he's looking to stamp his authority tonight. Let's get our final thoughts of the game. Gazy, I'm going straight to you. You've got Melbourne United, you've got the coaches whiteboard. What are you looking at?
Well, I think Dean's got a lot of challenges that they're facing tonight. But on the whiteboard, shot selection, they haven't been shooting the three ball all right. So if it's broken, look to get it inside. Take care of the basketball, because this Phoenix team forces teams into more turnovers than any other team in the competition, and they shoot the three ball better than anyone else. So you've got to defend the three. Two of those three things they could not do against the Illawarra Hawks.
And you think that's why they've gone 2 in a row for losses? They're looking at their third. Leonard Copeland, you're Josh King. What are you doing tonight?
We looking like, don't we? Yes. Now, if I'm Josh King, I'm running these guys off the three-point line. Chris Golding, Krebs have been down the last 3 or 4 games. Keep them down. Don't let them get hot. Rebound the ball on those misses and run out. And then you got to take great shots. Don't come down and jack it up and let Melbourne United get a chance to get back in this game.
Well, I asked you guys off air if you had any bold predictions for tonight. So I'm going to go to you quickly on some bold predictions. We've done this before. Do you have a big one?
Bold prediction, I'm going to say it's a 3-ball game winner by Chris Golding, the winner.
Just throw that from me. Okay,
What?
No, you didn't. Okay, well, Chris Golding, 7 threes tonight.
Right. But you tipped Phoenix.
I didn't say they were going to win. I just said he's going to have 7 threes.
Oh, man, he hasn't thought this through.
What about John Brown? What about John Brown? How many steals for John Brown? How much impact for him?
He's going to have a huge say in the outcome. It's not just the steals, it's the rebound, and also just clogging up the middle the way he does it. If he can get his offensive game going, look out.
They don't need him on the offensive end. Just guard whoever you need to guard. Play defense. Keep doing what you're doing. And let me tell you something. If they win tonight, they go to first place, right? Southeast Melbourne.
I believe so, Coach.
That is absolutely true. There is so much on the line here tonight. It's Throwdown 30. Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix, Melbourne United at John Cain Arena. Who is going to win the Battle of Melbourne? Who's taking home the keys to the city?
A dominant win for the Phoenix, and they continue to establish their credentials as a title contender.
They are putting another big number on the board here, Melbourne. Melbourne United at this stage are the team to beat.
The lob.
Oh! Golding stepping back. So pure as driven snow, that jump shot.
So easy, man.
Sobey scores and one. They look very, very good when the game mattered tonight. It is a genuine cross-town rivalry. These two really do not like each other. Oh! It's become one of the marquee matchups here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. The throwdown between Melbourne and Southeast Melbourne.
It is one of the most hotly anticipated throwdowns in history. The top 2 teams in the competition going toe-to-toe on a rainy Saturday night in Melbourne. The battle for this city is on. All the stars are in tow. And two teams that are right at the top of their game early in this season. Two players right at the top of their game. Nathan Sobey's in career best form. Chris Golding loves these matchups. It is South East Melbourne and Melbourne United at John Cain Arena. The second leg of our Saturday night doubleheader in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Great to have your company. Joel Peterson alongside Andrew Gaze, Art Copeland and Kelsey Brown. The Mitsubishi Motors ladder has us set up perfectly, Copes. 1v2.
This is going to be a big one, Joel. Let me tell you something. I just said it earlier. If Southeast Melbourne can get this win, they slide into first place on percentage. And look, have they been in first place in the last 3 or 4 years? I don't think so, have they? This is something new for them.
Indeed it is, and I mean the numbers tell you the story about where these two teams have placed themselves early in the season, Drew.
Yeah, no surprises, as we mentioned a little earlier, when you've got the two top teams, that they're going to dominate a lot of the statistical categories, and I think they're good categories to be dominating in, certainly with the points, the efficiency they've got there, and the speed at which they're playing. Fast break points, and for both these teams, they're able to get out on the fast break because they play elite defense. I don't care what the statistics says, these two teams are two of the better defensive teams in the competition.
This team wasn't on Thursday, though, and Josh King wants them to buckle down on that end. Is that scheme? Is that mindset? How do you think he'd get them ready to really hone in defensively tonight?
Well, he's all up and in. He extends the defense. It comes with a lot of energy. But the difference in the way they played against the Jack Jumpers, and they got tired towards the end with a couple of uncharacteristics and poor turnovers, is he's been using a lot of guys only playing 22, 24 minutes. 4 guys over 30 minutes in that contest, and not a lot of rest between, so they're really going to be tested in that category tonight.
One of those was Nathan Sobey, Copes, who is at an MVP level with the way that he's playing right now.
He's been fantastic. Look, we know Nathan can score. We know he's a fantastic scorer. But at the end of the day now, he's playing defense and he's making the right decisions. Like when he was in Brisbane, yes, he was the man and he was shooting whatever he wanted to shoot. But now he seems to be getting guys involved. He's not taking those bad shots. Now he'll take one every now and again, but he's just been so humble and so perfect in these last 4 or 5 games.
So they won their first 9, Melbourne United. They've dropped their past 2. Their shooting's gone a little bit awry, and Dean Vickerman said they only turned the ball over 5 times on Wednesday night against Illawarra. There was plenty of ball movement. They just didn't knock down the shots.
No, and particular the 3-ball. They were poor from the 3-point line in that contest, and you look at the stats, and the 3-point makes, they're all great. Look at them in the wins. Look what happens in the losses. 35% in the wins, 23% in the losses. It's very, very simplistic, and there's way more to it than this. But that still is a very, very important reason why they've come up with these 2 losses.
If I'm Josh King, I'm running them off the 3-point line. I don't care how many layups you want. You're not going to shoot any threes on me, because it shows when you don't make threes, you don't win.
It is such a big factor for them, and for both of these teams, they do it so well when they are up and about. Are they ready to go tonight is the big question. Let's check in courtside. Kelsey Brown. Kels, what have you got for us as this one gets set to get underway?
Well, there is so much atmosphere in the building tonight. It's raining outside, but you wouldn't know it. Everyone has turned out for this throwdown at 30. The big battle for me is between the next stars. Who can impact the game the most? Dash Daniels for Melbourne United and Malik Lewis for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. What are those two going to produce? Plenty of eyes on this one. Plenty of time to make an impact.
Indeed there is. Malik Lewis, season on season, he has been doing some great things, and the plus-minus has been a big factor. Plus 10 so far this season, coming off a career best 23 points on Thursday and his 21st birthday on Monday, so hoping for another big performance this evening. Here's the Trinidadian next star for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Both of these teams about to get set. It's the same starting 5 that Josh King has run out in every game so far that's got Southeast Melbourne to 7-2 on a 5-game winning streak. And there is a change for Melbourne. Chris Golding is back into the lineup, gentlemen.
It was only a matter of time before Chris Golding come back in, and after a couple of losses, probably you couldn't find a more appropriate time, not just to get back in, but mix things up a little bit and see if that can have an impact on changing their fortunes.
And Southeast Melbourne have to be really careful, because Chris Golding can come out and hit 2 or 3 threes in a row and get this team behind him, and it's hard to recover.
The 30th throwdown in the Battle of Melbourne, and few have been more eagerly anticipated than this. Melbourne United first, Southeast second. The winner goes to top spot in this NBL season. Melbourne start us off on the offensive end. And Edwards tries to keep it alive, throws it straight to Brown. Sobey with an early touch, rises up, no foul on the play, drives inside, and then he is clipped by Delaney on the way through.
Smart move by Sobey. If you got a smaller guy on you, try to get to that basket, and that's what he did.
Well, it was a second thought. The first thought was to let it fly from three. And although he's 35 years of age and super experienced, I think he jacked up for this one. And big crowd, big game, and playing well. There's no greater circumstances to come into a big game than what he's done at the start of the season.
So put us into the coaching room pre-game. The approach from both of these coaches, do they even have to try and get their players motivated for this? Or
They shouldn't. They shouldn't, because, again, these are two Melbourne teams. I've said this 100 times. You're not just fighting for the win. You're fighting for these fans in the stands. You're fighting for sponsorship dollars. You're fighting for everything in Melbourne.
John Brown, 15 offensive rebounds in his last 2 games. And now 35 seconds, and another one, pulls it down, can't put it back in. He is just like an extension of Josh King's personality out there on the floor. All energy and hustle as Delaney sprints up the floor, and he gets hit at the other end. That first foul, by the way, was on Walker, not Finn Delaney.
No, well, and how good has Finn Delaney been to start this season? He's gone under the radar a little bit, but with the 10 points and 5.5 rebounds per game, super efficient as well, 48%. And a good free throw shooter. You know I love a good free throw shooter, 85% from the free throw line. But what a pickup that he has been. With consider what they lost and what needed to be replaced. They landed a beauty in Finn Delaney.
You know, he's all NBL level at his best. He found that on Wednesday night for 21 points. He was 9 of 13 from the field. Does all the little things. If you can give them a bit of scoring punch, it's such a valuable thing to have in the toolkit for Dean Vickerman. Melbourne coach has got a 69% winning percentage in throwdowns. Josh King is 1 and 2 in his 3 so far.
And if you see the screens that John Brown III sets here, he's setting 2 or 3 different screens at one time. He's so good at it. He's big, he's strong, he sets there and lets the guard come off. Gives Foxwell a chance to maneuver and get where he needs to go.
We haven't seen a lot of Geordie Hunter in the last couple of games. Just 12 minutes on both occasions as Edwards swats that away from Sobey. Do you think we see more of Geordie Hunter tonight, Drewy?
Yes, for sure, particularly with Edwards out there. But this is a super aggressive Nathan Sobey. He's touched it 3 times, and every time he's touched it, he's shot the ball. And that time the attack on the rim. So he has come out to trying to make a statement early on.
Wizard from Warrnambool trying to weave some early magic.
Like that 4 for 4.
Stepping back here over Edwards, hand in the face, did enough to disrupt the shot. Walker comes up with a steal. Doyle down low for Edwards, who hammers it down.
And that's what I spoke about on my coach's board. You can't take bad shots with Melbourne United because they'll get it and push it up the floor.
Brown loves that little mid-range shot. It's offline. And Melbourne are out and running once more. Delaney getting inside this time. Edwards tries to tip it home. Brown was active on the rebounds. Full court pass to Sobey.
Wow.
And one still hasn't dropped for the Phoenix. They are 0 of 6 to start.
Sobey's 0 of what? 5? He's not shy.
No, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line.
Here's Golding. Back into the starting lineup and straight into the action for CG.
Doesn't need any time at all to get his shot off. And was a little bit more wide open than he's been recently.
Foxwell's lob pass for Hunter was off the mark. Wonder getting set to check into the game for Southeast. Foxwell drives baseline. He's been in great form. Took some contact. Couldn't get the shot to drop. And again, Melbourne want to push the pace. Golding the trailer. So dangerous from there. Doesn't hit that time. You almost expect they're going to go down when he gets that kind of look.
That last drive from Foxwell could have very much been a foul on Walker.
A 6-point lead to Melbourne United early as Hunter gets to his left hand and banks it home.
He's having a great season. And not only is he down low on the box, but knocking down the 3 ball as well, Geordie Hunter. He's brought that to his game this season.
5 for three-point percentage in the competition so far this year at just under 55%, the big man.
And that's 2 fouls on Malik Lewis.
Malik Lewis, we spoke about him here earlier as we take a look at the Amy replay. There's off the ball. Edwards stationary, kick out. And Lewis a little late getting there for Chris Golding. But Lewis, he leads the team in minutes played, only just ahead of Sobey. So it's going to take an early spell with those fouls.
Golding over Sobey, stepping back and hitting a long two.
And this is what I was talking about. Early in the first quarter, you let him get going, it's a different game now. You're playing from behind.
Didn't get going at all on Wednesday. 2 of 8 in his 21.5 minutes.
Run them off the three-point line.
Averages a touch under 18 points a game against South East Melbourne on 38% three-point shooting.
Milton Doyle coming out of the game. Dash Daniels, you heard the explanation. Ben Delaney pushing the screener into the opponent.
A one-two from outside.
Not getting stroke. He's long. He's
Two hands here, they're there.
Thank you. Well,
Two
already
hands here and then over there.
3.5 minutes.
Hold.
Had 5 fouls called.
Chris Reid, Ruben Woolcock, James Boyer, our refereeing crew tonight. 4th throwdown 30. 9 plays 6 in the early going. Joel Peterson alongside Andrew Gaze and Renard Copeland. Kelsey Brown roaming the sideline here at John Cain Arena. Daniels out to Edwards. Delaney got Brown up in the air, drives inside. It was poked away from him.
He's lost the ball is loose, and then he comes on the other.
Stay with Melbourne on the offensive end, 8 on the shot clock. Walker to inbound here.
no.
Golding stepping back.
Wow.
It rattles out. And the Phoenix are going to race up the floor. Foxwell straight into a floater. Can't get that to go. Walker back the other way. Kelsey Brown is courtside.
Just from ground level, the physicality as Tyson Walker takes that to the basket. The physicality is high off the ball. Finn Delaney is really getting stuck into Geordie Hunter. It feels like Melbourne United have come into this one and want to play Phoenix at their own game.
As Tassie did the other night as well, Kels. A one-do from outside again.
We shouldn't be surprised. He's got a very nice resume that includes significant stints in the NBA. And he's come out and really helped the Phoenix with a couple of threes.
At 11 on Thursday night against Tassie down at the Silverdome as Delaney drives inside. And both sides get set to have some reinforcements check into the game. On Foxwell getting some early rest. Hunter Maldonado comes in. Tanner Krebs replaces Chris Golding and Krislovic in for Jesse Edwards.
If I'm Southeast Melbourne, I'm trying to go inside now to Hunter. Because when you take their big guy out, there's not a lot of reinforcement behind. Krislovic is fantastic, but Hunter's a lot bigger.
Full on Wednesday, didn't they? Guarding JaVale McGee, the 2 Melbourne United bigs.
Who has it? Who has it?
Yes, very true.
He's been fantastic the whole year.
37 had both their bigs in foul trouble on Wednesday. With JaVale McGee. Hawks, of course, winners yesterday over Cairns. Earlier today, Brisbane by 2 points over Tassie. Jack Jumpers have lost 4 in a row, all at home. Awundu gets tangled up with Krebs, drives inside, stays aggressive, it just rolls off the rim. But Brown's there to put it back in with his 3rd offensive rebound of the quarter. Just over halfway gone in this one, and there you can see John Brown is dominating on the glass. Walker splashes in the triple from outside.
We had a stretch where he could not throw it in the ocean from the 3-point line, but the last game, they shot poorly, but he was okay, 3 of 5. against the Hawks, and he keeps that form going here. Early 3 for him.
Vickerman said he would have liked to see him take a few more as Brown gets another offensive rebound. 4 in the game. And that is 18 in his past 3 outings for John Brown, one of which is only 5.5 minutes old. Yeah. He is an absolute force on the offensive glass. Josh King could not be any more pleased with what he's doing for this team.
And this combination of with Kristlovic coming in, they can't penalise him like that as much as what it was against Illawarra with that size.
Walker hits another one.
And that's right. Again, you got to run these guys off the three-point line because if they start knocking them down, it's a different game. It's a different game.
3 of 5 to start from outside. Melbourne United 6 of 10 through the field. The Phoenix 4 of 15, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Sobey pulls the trigger from deep.
That is a shooter's mentality if you've ever seen it. 0 of 4 before that, 0 of 3 from threes, but he shot that with no hesitation whatsoever.
One of his best NBL seasons today is Nathan Sobey, guiding this Southeast Melbourne team through the early part of the campaign. Tries to hook it back inside to Brown there. Kristlovic standing in the way. Walker, who's got 8 points in the game on 3 of 3 shooting. Krebs down low for Kristlovic, battling with Brown. Sobey picked the passing lane. The anticipation from Nathan Sobey. I wonder who has it pinched by Daniels, who's gone for the reach.
Kristlovic with that. Not sure what he was thinking on that last pass out the front. An easy reception by Sobey. And he gets a rest. Foxwell comes back in. An entertaining game, up and down. So unlike we've seen recently, Cope, some really good three-point shooting. 3 of 5 for United, 3 of 6 for Phoenix.
Put the subs in the night. It's almost like it's 5-on-5 off in this thing.
Hockey game.
How did you get going? You miss a shot, bro, and that horn blows, you coming out.
Initially, and then he's out of position, and then he's just bobs. 19.
I thought it was more 19. You trying to jump back in.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an angle on the rim.
Yeah, but you can't jump back in and cause the problem. That's the way I saw it. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong.
Chris Reed hands the ball back to Owen Foxwell before we get going again. Melbourne by 5 in the early stages of Throwdown 30. Great to have you with us in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Foxwell speeds inside and lays it home with the left hand.
Great drive.
As good as defense as Daniels is, you need some help on those drives. Foxwell has shown that he can get to the cup.
Doyle loses it. Alier comes up with it. Foxwell gets to the cup again.
And Dean Vickerman straight away, timeout. And as good as Melbourne are shooting the ball, Southeast Melbourne are right there in it because of their defense and the way they play.
1 point game. Southeast have scored the last 7 points in the contest to make it 18-19 at the Tangerine timeout in the early going of Throwdown 30. Ooh. And these two teams, they come in 1 and 2 and dominating most of the statistical categories. What of these are sort of the key factors tonight out of the categories that these two teams are so good in? Where is this game won and lost?
Well, for me, I think rebounding is always going to be important, and the offensive rebounding becomes critical. Those second shots, when you're expecting there's not going to be a huge margin between these teams, those extra opportunities that you can generate for your team. And also, the thing that's not up there is points off turnovers, and already Melbourne United have burped it up 3 times. Now, okay, 3 is not necessarily off the charts, but it's led to, they're the type of turnovers that's led to easy transition opportunities for the Phoenix.
And for me, if Melbourne get hot from the three-point line, I don't know how Phoenix can recover, because they have enough shooters and they're used to getting exciting shots like that. Chris Golding gets hot and Krebs knocks down a couple, Walker gets going. It's a hard night.
Well, the good thing for them is, if you look at the season-long data, Phoenix can match them in that category as well. They can shoot the 3 ball.
No Glover, which hurts them a little bit.
Indeed.
Alec Lewis more than made up for it last time out. Melbourne by 1, 2:49 remaining in the first term as Daniels and Foxwell get tied up. Dean Vickerman called that last time out. Kelsey Brown, what did he have to say?
He had to say, when Sobey gets back out there, no open threes for him. You can't let Foxy or Sobes get downhill left hand. Everybody needs to load up on that. He's big on Foxy at the moment. He feels like he's creating a little bit too much.
Doing a good job in the early stages, Owen Foxwell. As has been the course of his season. Doyle now, time winding down, loves these situations. Does Milton Doyle around and out, and the Phoenix want to push it in transition again. And it's Foxwell who goes coast to coast and lays it home.
That's nice. That's nice. Full of confidence, man. When he's coming downhill, he's getting to the basket. You see the screen earlier?
Yeah, and it was a good no call. Stationary. Wholesale changes for Melbourne United as we take a look at the replay. Goes with the left and changes to the, I'll call it the slightly non-preferred right, because he doesn't mind going right. He can finish right.
So it is a quick game. You see fast break points 10 between these two teams, and Owen Foxwell has got all 4 for the Phoenix so far. Adds another to his tally. He leads the Phoenix in scoring with 7. Walker's got 8 at the other end for Melbourne, and it's Southeast Melbourne who've got their first lead of the ball game at 21-19.
Bonus.
Ketchalia. He's called for the foul, of course, spent last season with Melbourne United.
Go, guys.
Yeah.
Finn Delaney will step to the free throw line. The Kiwi shooting 87% from the season so far off the line. That was always going to happen. Send the invoice my way, Finn. I don't have the kind of je ne sais quoi that our man on the left here does to just make sure that the free throws get made once I talk them up, Coach.
Man, let me tell you something. Had he missed that one, you would have been paying for burgers for the entire state of Victoria.
Well, the entire state of Victoria would have been going pretty hungry, Coach, because I reckon I've got enough for you two at Cal's, and that's about it. 21-20, Southeast Melbourne in charge early. Edwards comes across and swats that one away. Walker down the middle. Delaney's in the corner, gets some contact from Foxwell, another foul, and Finn will step back to the line.
Well, as Kels reported that last time out, Dean Vickerman concerned about Foxwell and loading up, and by loading up, he wants Foxwell to see some bodies in that driving lane, and there was none there, and that time it was only just a miraculous block from Edwards that bailed him out. And if you need all the basketball information you'd ever want, I mean, it is wall-to-wall. Everything you'd ever want, you need to jump online.
Scan the QR code?
Or just go on there and search for it. It'll pop up, and it's a beautiful thing.
Is it?
It is a beautiful thing.
Does your phone work on it?
My word, does.
Android?
Yeah, it does.
Redesigned this year. You can switch between, jump into the WNBL, see who the Bendigo Spirit are beating at the moment, that kind of thing.
Right.
Fantastic. I got to get on board. I'm slow. I'm slow, Joey.
We know that. You weren't when you were out there.
Okay, Joe. Thank you.
22-21. Foster into the game. He's probing through the defense. Couple of lead changes early in this one. Hunter back to the basket, gets it to go. Wanted the call, didn't get it.
Yeah, that could have very easily been a foul.
Edwards spinning his way through, and the finish.
No travel.
Wow, I've seen...
Skip, hop, and a jump.
Well, it was more a shuffle, I think. He on the spin, just the shuffling of the feet.
Bang, bang,
Right
bang,
there. See
bang,
that
bang.
hop on the left foot? That's what it was. The spin itself, if he doesn't have that hop, the spin itself, it's not a travel. And fair to say, we've seen a lot worse not called.
Foster from outside. Hello. Daniel Foster hits the first 3-ball of his NBL career.
Walking backwards, you okay? Good?
Geordie Hunter finds himself on the deck.
Collision with him and Edwards. off the ball. Didn't look like they're having a bit of a laugh about it right now. Coach doesn't like it.
Be laughing at that kind of stuff. George and Bucky, this fist, they're going at it. Blood. Come on, bro.
Minute remaining in this opening term, Southeast by 4. We know they dominate the possession game, this Southeast Melbourne team. It's one of their great strengths. Already they've got up 10 more field goal attempts than Melbourne United. There you see the replay of Geordie Hunter running into the Dutch brick wall. The home crowd doesn't like that.
Called a foul,
yeah, I don't like those sort of plays that Edwards just did when he just puts the brakes on when they're running back, that's for sure.
Melbourne to inbound. Delaney's going to come straight down Swan Street, kick it out to Golding for 3 in the corner. Chris Golding with another. He's got 8 points in the early going. 50 seconds remaining in the opening term.
How can he be so wide open, though?
Well, when they're extending the defense, if you can get over that front line, you've got a numerical advantage, and those types of plays will make Phoenix think about that extended pressure.
Delaney back the other way. Now Walker has an opportunity in the corner, and Aaliyah fouls him.
Wow, a lot of fouls.
That's a lot of fouls.
We've got 11 fouls already, so make that 12 fouls in the contest.
So Tyson Walker to the line, 26-25. Let's check in with Kels.
Injury update. Not sure what's actually going on, but Kyle Bowen left the court and then left the area as well. He's gone back of house. He's with physios and the medical staff, so I'll keep an eye on that and keep you updated.
What?
Thanks, Kels. The concern for the young West Aussie. Tied at 26 before Walker makes the second to make it a 1-point game. Melbourne have led in 8 of their 11 games so far this season at quarter time.
Daniel Foster checks out of the game. Now, he's only played a minute and a half, so short minutes, but productive minutes. Comes in, makes the shot, does what he has to do on the defensive end.
Got 5 points in 2.5 minutes against Perth on Sunday as well here. Doing some nice things as the first season Phoenix man. Low numbers on the shot clock now for Nathan Sobey, who gets inside and gets to work.
Oh, that's strong by Sobey. Gave him a little bump, got in the right position, and laid that thing off the glass.
And Melbourne answer back here in this opening term. Doyle tosses it in. Brown leaves it behind. Delaney and Foxwell collide. Foul on the play. It'll go against Finn Delaney.
That's his second.
That's expensive. There's going to be 2 shots.
And the locals, the home crowd here in the fire pit, enjoyed that. The desperation, the energy from John Brown, from Foxwell and Delaney was evident for all to see.
They're checking if it's actually who had possession of the ball.
Control first, they have to lose it for Southeast Melbourne too.
Okay, he took his legs.
Yeah. All right, so does Brown get the ball?
No. So we'll review status of the ball.
Replay centre, can you please review status of the ball? I have the ball still in Melbourne possession rather than black for the bonus.
Could be an offensive control, and therefore it won't be 2 shots.
That's not what I have. So I have undercut. So he's standing and you take his legs out, he's going to get the ball.
He does the same shit. He would do the exact same thing.
So if he does the same thing, we'll come and get it.
No, it's like you guys are doing it sometimes.
Okay. JB!
I like the call. You can't
He's
be
talking
diving
about me.
when you run the risk of getting into someone's legs, but that's what coaches preach.
Side ball, and
Hustle.
can we please have the side ball black?
It's a team control foul.
Blue have the ball.
It's going to be your ball on the side.
For control, there's no change of possession.
Is it still a foul?
Yes, it's still a foul. It's your ball, not bonus. It's an offensive foul.
It's an offensive foul.
It's a loose
That's
ball.
what review. So the review
guys have a game
no
to do.
change of team control.
So it's offensive, so it's blue ball, so it's offensive foul.
So you guys get on the side.
Why do you want to explain exactly?
After
Foul
all this.
He took his legs. He took his legs just before. All right, everybody ready?
So it'll be a Phoenix ball, 0.5 remaining, up by 1. Brown, catch, shoot, 3 ball, no. What a great start we've got in throwdown 30. Southeast Melbourne up by 1. Handful of lead changes in an opening term. Chris Golding getting going, and Owen Foxwell leading Southeast Melbourne to a quarter-time break. 1-point game in the throwdown at John Cain Arena on a Saturday night.
Only 1 point separates these two Melbourne teams here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. It's throwdown 30 here at John Cain Arena. Tyson Walker leading the way for Melbourne United with 10 points, and his opponent Owen Foxwell with 7 for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Plenty happening in that first term. Where's a Wondu starts the second term for the Phoenix.
Foxwell misses that. Thank you, Kelsey Brown. Here with Andrew Gaze, Leonard Copeland. Commentary for Throwdown 30. You saw Liam Santamaria alongside the great Ricky Daniels, whose jersey hangs from the rafters. A wonderful city of Bendigo. This young bloke out there, dash for Melbourne this evening. 5 lead changes in that opening term. Walker can't get that to go. Hunter does a good job defensively, and a couple of key stats standing out in terms of discrepancies in this ball game early, Coach.
Absolutely. The points from turnovers, Southeast Melbourne, they generate turnovers 7-0. And the points in the paint, Southeast Melbourne 14, Melbourne United 4. Get the ball inside. If they double down, kick it out.
Golding tries to toss it inside there. Brown did a good job being disruptive defensively. Last touch by Walker. John Brown just continues to be an absolute wrecking ball on the defensive end.
He's all over the place. I mean, offensively, defensively, he's grabbing rebounds. He's guarding, he can guard multiple positions. He's setting great screens. He's a value.
Sobey, Hunter, Foxwell, Brown, and Owundu, the lineup for Southeast Melbourne. Sobey drops it off to Hunter. The co-captain's trying to connect inside. No call on the contact. Krebs back the other way. Delaney, catch and shoot.
Really smart decision by Owundu. Had the choice between Golding or Krebs. He decided to leave Krebs open.
Jesse Edwards is ripping John Brown into the hardwood.
Somebody had to call someone on that one. 4 bodies flying in.
Hang on, I'll get this.
He might have had it. You can see his feet.
He almost hurdled.
It's going to be a tough call either way, but if he's got his feet in the charge circle, that might have been the thing that brought him undone.
16 of 17 at the free throw line so far this year, John Brown. He is a terror. He is. Undone him as well. Going well at the line.
Joel, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
I'm just going to stop, Coach.
Please.
Stop. But he, I mean, what he has brought to this Phoenix team has been unmissable.
Coach trying to smooth it out now.
Just move on. Just trying to, you know, take the L and move on.
I hear you, bro. Yeah, he's been terrific. What a find.
King absolutely loves him, says league is lucky to have him. Chris Golding almost an air ball. That was offline from the minute it left his hand. Foxwell across the lane. Hunter's been shooting it with confidence.
Foxwell's been a factor early in that first quarter. His penetration is causing problems. He's finished a few times himself with the 7 points, but it's forcing the defense to collapse. And they need to do a better job at the source and trying to stop him from getting feet into the paint off the dribble.
Guys alongside Leonard Copeland. Their analysis as Hunter rolls inside, takes the contact.
Oh, it's going to be waved off. It's a travel.
Is it?
A shuffling of the feet to start. Again, it's a quick little shuffle like we saw down the other end. I've seen a hell of a lot worse not called.
They've been hot on it so far.
See that little one?
Oh, me, oh, my.
I know.
Compared to
I've been watching the Milwaukee Bucks.
Giannis could not play in this league if they're going to call that.
This game is, come on, man.
Look.
Foxwell goes sliding out of court. Called for the block. Second foul on Owen Foxwell. Malik Lewis has got 2 in the early going. Ketchalia's got a couple.
Oh, I'm not sure what more Foxwell can do. Slid his feet, hit him right between the nipples.
And he's going to challenge that.
Yeah.
Have a look at it.
I think it's worth a look.
100% it is.
Because I don't know what, you teach defense and what you try to do. I don't know what much more Foxwell could have done. Hit him square down the middle.
And John King's not happy.
Josh
King, sorry.
That's all right.
Same thing. Josh,
Well, no, it's not really, but anyway.
It's close. 29-27, South East Melbourne over Melbourne United in throwdown 30. There you see Tyson Walker leaning into Owen Foxwell.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Shows his feet. Like I say, I do. Maybe he's like a poof, like the smallest little margin out of it. But that's.
Oh, wow.
That's good defense.
That's good defense.
He's been doing it at both ends too. Owen Foxwell providing so much spark for this South East Melbourne team, and his game just continues to grow and blossom.
From that angle, it looks successful, and it is.
Yep.
And that's a good review and a good decision.
And an offensive foul will go on Tyson Walker of Melbourne.
If you're going to teach defense, that's how you play it. Slide your feet, take it right down the middle of the chest, and that's what he did.
So that's a shrewd decision from Josh King to challenge that. Southeast get the ball back up by 2. Nearly 2.5 gone here in this second term of Throwdown 30. Great to have you with us. Saturday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL at John Cain Arena. The top 2 teams in the competition going at it. Massive game tomorrow, of course, with Perth and Adelaide for Sydney and New Zealand rounds out round 8.
And we've already got 3 fouls on Melbourne United. So right now, Phoenix, they're going to try and attack. And not that they're doing that anyway, but even more than what you would normally expect, just because it's going to have Melbourne thinking about protecting the fouls and not sending them to the line.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. If you're smart, you attack. For me, that's a bad shot. No one touched it. And yes, he can make it, but this is what happens on the other end.
Walker speeds inside and gets 2 to tie us at 29. 12 points for Tyson Walker. Leading scorer in the game. Golding's got 8 on 2 of 6 shooting. Foxwell 7 for South East Melbourne. Lewis from outside continues to knock them down, does Malik Lewis.
Pretty shot.
He just steps into it with more and more confidence with every game. Grizzlevic underneath gets the bunny to go.
I've never seen 2 coaches so unhappy on any made shot.
John Brown nails that one.
That's where he excels. Mid-range. He looks so comfortable in that mid-range, and that puts a lot of pressure on the D.
Sims keeps giving it. He keeps knocking it down. Golding now on the drive. Across the lane to Delaney. Strong finish underneath the cup.
Both these teams, you can see their primary objective off the bounce, get 2 feet in the paint and make a decision from there.
Walker generates the turnover along with Delaney. Comes back the other way. Foxwell wins it back for South East.
These 2 teams put a lot of pressure on the referees, though. Because every time there's a play, they're yelling at the referees. It's got to be the hardest job in the world.
Well, they do it both ways, and there you see it's good hands by Foxwell. It's not just what they're doing, it's the coaches and the players with their communication with the refs. It's the way they play, both defensively and how they're attacking offense. It's not an easy game to officiate.
Foster back out there with Lewis, Brown, Sobey and Foxwell for South East. Walker, Doyle, Edwards, Daniels and Delaney as Walker pokes that one away. Delaney's off and running. Vin Diesel coming downhill.
Turnovers.
Well, that's 5 now for Phoenix.
Leeds changed hands 6 times in the game so far. Sobey underneath, double clutch. Took plenty of contact. Foul called on Melbourne, their 4th team foul of the quarter.
Sobey uses his body well. He gets to that basket, bangs his body against the defender, and goes up for the layup.
Well, the thing Sobey hasn't done, he's 35 years of age, but to me, he's lost none of his athleticism. He can still get to the rim. We saw a dunk in the last game. He gets out and he's got that speed in transition. And at 35, there's a lot of people that you start to see things tapering off. that's certainly not a part of his game that notice any noticeable change.
And a highly reliable free throw shooter to miss one at the line. Still got that bounce and that steadiness. There's Nathan Sobey.
The Melbourne United fans up top there are going nuts.
Ties us at 35. Oh. Now Daniels is called for a walk.
Young fella caught in 2 minds. Do I finish it and make the layup, or do I throw a lob to Edwards? And his mind messed him up on that one.
Too many minds.
35 apiece, halfway gone in this second term.
Yeah.
There's still too many minds for both Mech stars out there, coach.
So sloppy. You got to clean it up. That's 4 fouls on Melbourne. You got 5 minutes or 4.5 minutes to get to that basket every single time. Why not take the chance?
2-0, by the way. And they only had 2 turnovers in the first quarter. First half of this second quarter, they've already had 4, the Phoenix.
6 for Southeast, and Melbourne with 7 so far, make that 8. Good activity from Maldonado. Lewis coming downhill. Sobey, 3 ball. Rebound to Foster and Lewis, who gets tangled up with Edwards. Possession arrow. He's going to have that go back with Melbourne. 35 apiece in throwdown 30. Southeast 7-2. They've won 5 in a row. Melbourne United 9-2, sit top of the table. Winner of this game will be top of the NBL at the end of the night.
And that's 3 turnovers in a row.
My goodness. And that's really inexcusable at this level. Full credit to the Phoenix. Outstanding ball pressure, and you saw the switch by John Brown, and he did textbook perfect. When you switch, dig at the ball, put some pressure on it, and forced another turnover, but shit, Melbourne United,
Discombobulated at that end. United at the moment. Delaney goes behind the back to beat Foster, steps through, gets to his left hand and makes another tough shot.
Phoenix aren't thinking of me though. There's no one on the court saying, get the ball inside. They're just taking shots that Melbourne give them. I'm posting somebody up.
Delaney's 13 leads everyone in the game. Sobey pulls the trigger from outside. Not 1, but 2 hands in the face.
And another turnover.
They win it back. Lewis! Just like that.
And Dean Bickerman calls a timeout straight away.
Phoenix go bang, bang. Dean Bickerman calls for time. 41-37 off a couple of quick-fire threes from the Phoenix.
I don't understand the flopping call when Sobey knocks down a 3. Somebody's in his face.
well, they said that he exaggerated the contact. Let's have a look at it. This is what he's got. Can't see it from there, from that angle, but he cops a flop warning, and then just another inexcusable turnover. It should not be a surprise for what the Phoenix are going to be doing, but it seems like it is, and it's 10 turnovers now for Melbourne United.
Go behind the scenes all season of the NBL. Follow all the official channels on social media. Scan the QR code for all the links. Jump on your channel of choice and follow along with this NBL season. The best way to keep abreast of everything that's happening day to day in the Hungry Jacks NBL. 41-37, Southeast Melbourne over Melbourne United. Dean Bickerman talking to his team with a real sense of urgency at the moment. Phoenix shooting 7 of 13. They are scorching from outside, 54%. United 4 of 10 at the other end. 48% from the field, Melbourne United. The Phoenix 44. They lead the rebounding count +3. 10 turnovers now for Melbourne.
That's the factor right now. And yes, it's 10 turnovers, but at least 7 of them have led to almost indefensible situations where it's a turnover and it's leading to easy transition baskets.
37-41. Was the turnovers a bit of a focus for Dean Vickerman, Kels?
It absolutely was. It was all he spoke about as Finn Delaney lines up, misses that one. He spoke about the turnovers. He said, we're trying to do the right thing, get the ball in quickly, but we're just being flippant with the ball. They had 5 turnovers in their last game and lost. They've got 10 almost to the half.
Well, that you spoke about Sobey having a poor shot. That's right up there. 3 of 11 now.
Doyle at the other end takes advantage to make it a 2-point game.
And every time they're taking a pad shot down here, Melbourne have gone down and scored. You've got to address that at halftime.
Sobey's got 10 points in the game, as Drewy said, 3 of 11 from the field, 2 of 8 from outside. And there's John Brown right in his zone.
That could have been the flattest shot I've ever seen in my entire life, but it went in.
Yeah.
And that's his, and that's where he's valuable at, right in that mid-range right there.
Walker, Delaney, Edwards, Doyle, Golding, the 5 for Melbourne. Brown, Foster, Sobey, Maldonado, Lewis for Southeast. Geordie Hunter getting set to check into the game. Jesse Edwards comes downhill. Maldonado is called for the block.
Let's go, guys.
First foul on Hunter Maldonado in the contest.
The big fella a little out of control off the bounce. Josh King screaming out. He thought it should have been a travel before the charge.
Not a bad foul.
3 of 6 on Wednesday night. Jesse Edwards, he misses the first. 8 of 8 from the field, 3 of 6 at the line. So they had a good night in terms of the field goals.
He's a streaky free throw shooter.
This one's straight in.
And we saw the opportunity for him to knock down a couple against the Sydney Kings when they're a point down in the dying moments. But you call that straight in, he rattled it home.
Never in doubt, coach. Never in doubt.
Never give me credit. You can never give me credit.
Melbourne, no! Thought he was going to throw it down for a moment. I think the crowd did as well.
I did too.
Uncharacteristic to see the Melbourne United team provide this many scoring opportunities off the dribble on the penetration.
45-40, under 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Walker inside, popped up, blocked it, and Edwards was there on the follow. Sobey tosses it inside to Hunter. Delaney pokes it away. Melbourne can get it back to 1 or tie it up on this possession. Offensive foul.
Oh, my goodness.
And Geordie Hunter and Nathan Sobey aren't happy with that from Jesse Edwards.
That's a bad screen.
He laid Hunter Maldonado out. Now Walker and Sobey getting into it too.
Oh, my.
Maldonado had the cut above the eye on Thursday night.
He dropped his shoulder.
Bang!
I'm not sure he did drop the shoulder, but he certainly he went forward. He moves forward. The shoulder doesn't drop, but it's certainly a foul.
Kels, what are you saying?
It's gone out the back. It's
Kels, Hunter Maldonado, has he just gone past you?
He has. You talk about that split on the eye. It's opened up again. He's gone to get that stitched up.
Taped up on Thursday, bothering him for a little while. So the offensive foul on Edwards, second foul in the game for him. And all of a sudden, all that tension, all that noise between these two teams, it goes from a simmer to somewhat of a rolling boil.
And a behaviour warning to Dean Vickerman on that play as well.
Krizlovic gets tangled up with Foster and pokes it loose. Throwdown 30 is delivering the goods. 1v2. The stars on show. Iwundu poked it away from Golding on the pass. It fell into the lap of Krizlovic. Now to Doyle. They're living dangerously here, Melbourne. Doyle, the bank is open.
How many times has he done that?
Real clunky play that gets bailed out with a prayer and off the bank, guaranteed in call bank.
He is big time, Milton Doyle. Krizlovic with a big block. Under 40 seconds remaining. Sobey for 2. No good. Foxwell almost pinched it back, but he stepped out of court as he did so.
Both teams have made some massive mistakes here, but they're playing hard. And for me, Southeast Melbourne aren't taking advantage of, or they didn't take advantage of the foul trouble that Melbourne United were in.
What they do exceptionally well, talk about active hands. The amount of active hands, the deflections, the ball pressure they apply, it's as good as anyone, and if not the best in the competition.
7-second difference shot to game clock. First half winding down in throwdown 30. Milton Doyle hit a big shot last time down. Foster's defense pokes it loose. Doyle just at the rim. That is extraordinary.
Look at Dean Bickerman. He's like, what was that?
Milton Doyle, you have got to be kidding.
He's got to check it. What was that? I think it was 3 seconds up on the clock.
That was Jack McVeigh kind of distance.
Wow.
Take a look at this from Milton Doyle. From beyond half court.
They definitely got it off. Well, you couldn't really tell, could you? There's plenty of, I mean, I'm not sure what they're questioning there.
The shot clock got turned off in the process.
That's right. So maybe they thought it was a turnover and a change of possession.
Where's your coach?
But you can't tell from the clock because the shot clock was off.
Dean Bickerman's gone down the tunnel, so he's going to have to re-enter the court so they can discuss this with the refereeing crew. So as it stands, it is 48-45, Melbourne over Southeast Melbourne at half-time. On what would be a quite remarkable heave from Milton Doyle to beat the buzzer.
His last 2 shots.
I think they're going to wave it off too. So the shot clock was turned off, but it shouldn't have been. So it was an error on the shot clock on that deflection. And I think they're going to wave it off, and they do. They decide to wave it off.
Yep. So because it was the violation, then there is time remaining.
That's right.
Josh King wants a timeout.
7.6.
Plenty of time too.
7.6 seconds will go back on the clock according to crew chief Chris Reed. Milton Doyle goes and seeks the explanation. Let's take another look at it and just watch the top of the backboard here when Milton Doyle puts this shot up. So the shot clock has been turned off.
Well, that's right. Now, the shot clock official might have assumed that there had been a change of possession on the deflection. That's why they turned it off.
If there's an immediate scoring opportunity, we do not stop the game. We let the game play out. He picked the ball up, he shot it, okay? That's when I stop the game, okay? And review and do the right thing by reviewing that, okay? That's what we do.
Talking over with Josh King.
And it's a good explanation and it's a good rule because you don't want to stop the game if it prevents an opportunity. You can always go back like they have and corrected it.
And where's Dean Bickerman? Did he come back?
I think he wanted to rush to the...
Not it's gone out to stand outside the rain for a while.
No, he rushed to the locker room thinking, well, if I'm out of here, they might just shut it down and move on.
No, sir, Dean. You got to come on out of that rain, son.
Dean, the game can go on without you.
Well, Dean, Reece Carter thrown up with a defensive strategy that he needs to put in with plenty of time, almost 7.6 seconds.
It's an unusual tactic for a coach to reject
Milton Doyle picked
themselves.
the ball up and shot it. Just back here.
So Golding, Daniels, Bowen, Krislovic and Doyle out there for Melbourne on this possession. Iwandu, Foster, Foxwell, Sobey and Brown. 7.6 remaining in the half. Tied at 45. Daniels pokes it loose. Foxwell kicks it away. It'll go back with Melbourne. Wow, 3.8 remaining.
Well, for kicking violation, it's got to be intentional. Now, see, I thought it was just an...
The old-fashioned sort of
but it was
horse kick.
Definitely came off his foot. There's no doubt about that.
They'll get their 3 back. The one that they lost, they'll get it back right here.
So Melbourne doing it without their coach on the sideline, who Still hasn't resurfaced from his little saunter down the tunnel at halftime. Time remaining here for United. Bowen will get an easy look.
Wow.
And after all that, they do beat the halftime buzzer, Melbourne United, and they walk into the locker room with a 2-point lead in throwdown 30. The top two teams going toe-to-toe. It's Melbourne United 47, Southeast Melbourne 45. Kelsey Brown is alongside Tyson Walker.
I am Tyson. It feels like a very physical game out there. It looks like you guys came in with the mindset of being physical. Does it feel like that?
Yeah, the past two games, I feel like, we let the other team be the aggressor, so today we tried to bring it first, but we got to keep it up for the second half.
What about for you guys on the turnovers? You've got too many to the halftime. We know that Dean Vickerman wasn't happy with that in a timeout. What do you need to do to clean that up?
We just got to take care of the ball, getting our stuff quicker, and just be decisive with our passes. We're kind of hesitating, so just be more decisive and we'll figure it out.
Thanks for your time. A massive first half in throwdown to 30, 45 for the Phoenix Place, 47 to Melbourne United. It's a physical one and living up to all the hype. Don't go anywhere. The boys will break it down after this.
Throwdown 30 is delivering on the hype to halftime. A 2-point ball game. We've had plenty of lead changes in the first half, plenty of action, plenty of physicality. Melbourne 47 to Southeast Melbourne 45. The top two teams in this competition going at it a third of the way through. and they are delivering blows left, right and centre. Joel Peterson alongside Lennard Copeland and Andrew Gaze to break it down for you at halftime. Here are our halftime stats. There's a couple more that have been telling factors along with these as well.
Oh, my word, and it's a tight game. It's a great game we've got on our hands, and the stats showing how even the contest is. Turnovers a little high. 12 for Melbourne United is way too many, and Josh King's not going to be happy with 9, but it's reflective of how physical the contest is, and it was a complete change in that from the first quarter to the second quarter, Copes. We were talking about earlier about points in the paint in the first quarter and how Melbourne United, they only had 4. Well, it completely flipped the switch. They had 16 to 2 in that second quarter. So transformation in the way in which they were playing, but Phoenix were able to hang on there with the way in which they were to knock down some shots from the perimeter.
It's been a bruising encounter as we expected that it might be, and Jesse Edwards has really been at the centre of all of that physicality so far in this game.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You want to be physical. This is about first place. Now, he set some hard screens, and Southeast Melbourne didn't like it, but look, at the end of the day, he's doing his job. He's being physical, he's rebounding the ball, he's dunking at every opportunity. I just think a couple of those, borderline, Joey, borderline for me.
Yeah, that last one, there was a big reaction from Phoenix, and why wouldn't you? You see your big fella go down hard, you're thinking something happened, but I think that, yeah, it's a foul. No question it was a foul, but I don't think there wasn't anything dirty or malicious about what he was trying to do, just trying to help his team out with a hard screen. And you can imagine if you're a big guy and you see Hunter, who's another big guy coming at you, you're going to protect yourself, try to protect yourself a little bit. So to me, you know, good theatre, but there was nothing malicious in it.
Tyson Walker's led the way for Melbourne United in this first half. He's been tremendous to start this game so far. He's the focus of our Hungry Jacks halftime highlights. 12 points, 4 of 8. He's got 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, a little bit of everything from their point guard.
Absolutely. Look, he started out knocking down shots. I love the way he gets everyone involved. He controls the tempo. He's a smart player. Rarely does he turn the ball over. He knows where guys are. He gets Chris Golding going early, but he's smart enough to knock down the shots when he can. Like here, finding Chris Golding to get him going, to get this crowd going.
Yeah, he's been much required on the offensive end, and he can't just be a distributor given the turnovers and the defense they've had to deal with. And the combination of him and Finn Delaney has really been the strong point for Melbourne United, but these are impressive numbers. 12 points, 4 of 8 from the field. As you mentioned, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and the steals has been a feature.
There is one player in this game who's taken double-digit field goal attempts. That is Nathan Sobey Copes. He's got 10 points at the half, and you wanted to chat about the way that he's getting his shots.
Absolutely, and we've been giving him all kinds of praise, and he deserves it because he's having a great season. But some of his shot selection has been terrible. He's come down, one dribble, pull-up jump shots, and every time he does this, they go down and get a field goal. So it's a bad shot. Make them play some defense on this end, swing the ball around, because the ball's always going to come back to Sobey because he's the man, Drew.
No, that's right. And he looked really anxious early on in the game. First 4 or 5 touches, there was no deception about what he was trying to do, and that is find a way to get himself a shot. And he's got to, from time to time, let the ball find him. Get it through some hands, and with all the penetration that's going on, the penetrate, kick out, he's still going to get those opportunities.
It could be set for a big second half here, Nathan Sobey. Tell you what, it's going to be a massive day of Sunday hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL tomorrow. Adelaide taking on Perth at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. It's going to be all kinds of fun, Coach.
It's so big, they're flying Gazy down in the morning on a private jet.
I wish.
Got him going down on a private jet to see
Bryce Cotton going into Adelaide. And then, of course, the late game is Sydney and New Zealand. The Breakers have been improved of recent times, and the Kings, well, we know how dangerous they are. Melbourne United knows how dangerous they are. That is tomorrow's slate to close out round 8. Big second half coming up here at John Cain Arena. 2-point game in Throwdown 30. It is all coming to a climax after this.
welcome back to Throwdown 30. I've been lucky enough to score some time with Dean Vickerman. Dino, what did you have to say to the boys of the half?
Yeah, this game's about the offensive rebounding. Can we contain that? Can we handle their pressure? Done okay. Got to the line a number of times, but yeah, not too much structured offense, just about spreading the floor and get good spacing.
What about Nathan Sobey's had 12 attempts to halftime? How have you gone clamping him down?
Yeah, we can be a little bit better.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thanks, Kels. Thanks to Dean Vickerman for sharing a little bit of time with us on the way back into this second half. It's a 2-point game. It is delivered on the hype so far. It is 1 versus 2. The winner of this game will sit in top spot at the end of tonight in round 8 of the Hungry Jacks NBL. Joel Peterson alongside Andrew Gaze and Leonard Copeland. Gentlemen, what do we expect in this second half?
Well, there's nothing in it, and the physicality's been a big factor. And I think Dean's right. The offensive boards where Phoenix have had an advantage, 6-4, is going to be a telling thing. But to me, the overwhelming stat that sticks out, 12 turnovers for Melbourne United in that first half. That's 6 or 7 too many.
Only at 5 on Wednesday against Illawarra. They do look after the ball well. And they shut things down in that part of the game. Chipping away at this lead. Nathan Sobey starts the second half by grabbing it right back for the Phoenix.
Vickerman, boy, some of the faces that he makes, someone scores as if they're not allowed to score.
Walker getting all the way at the other end.
Well, I think both coaches will be upset with the first possessions. Wide open 3, and then a coast-to-coast ends in a layup.
Trade lead changes to start this third term. Walker's got a game high, 14 points. Delaney 13, Sobey 13 at the other end. Brown misses the long 2. Rebound will fall to Edwards.
They dared him to shoot it. Brown, now he has been good from that range, but he was Edwards just stuck in the paint. They're going to dare him to shoot it to make him prove that he can hit a mid-range.
Golding from deep, way offline.
We're going to get into him now. And you probably don't want to get into him because let me tell you.
That'll start
That'll fire him up.
2 of 7 from outside. Chris Golding, 3 of 8 from the field overall for his 8 points. Melbourne shooting 5 of 13 from outside. The Phoenix are blazing 8 of 15. Sobey living dangerously with the pass, and Golding's able to take it away from Melbourne. Doyle so crafty with it.
And talking about Chris Golding, Tanner Krebs has been fantastic the first part of the season. He hasn't even attempted a shot. He was knocking down shots left, right, and center. He's one of the reasons why they went 9-0.
White in his last few, had a big roll the back end of last year. Offensive rebound, falls to Brown, hangs, can't hit on the second attempt. Edwards and Delaney nearly mucked it up. Brown, again, he's just causing havoc. Sobey pulls the trigger. Golding does a good job to tap it to Walker. No transition 3 for Nathan Sobey on that occasion.
Transition 5. He shot the ball right over half court. Come on, bro. Take another dribble.
Wow. That was on Brown. That is a second for him in the game so far. No one out there with more than 2 in this game. Walker, Delaney and Edwards each have 2 personals. Lewis and Brown have 2 for Phoenix.
That's the sort of foul. You could pick that foul almost every possession down the floor with what's going on.
Especially the way John Brown plays. And he goes into battle against Delaney, and he is called for the foul again. That time reaching in with the right hand. So that'll be 3 for John Brown, and that'll give Josh King something to think about.
It just looked like an element of frustration from Brown that time. A wild swipe at the ball. And that's an expensive swipe at the ball too, with 3 fouls.
Delaney misses the first free throw.
Played almost the entire first half. Delaney, as I mentioned earlier on, he's been one of their better, more consistent performers.
And he misses both. And that means it's burgers.
Thanks to you, Joel.
Here in Victoria. Code word is menu. Head to your Victorian Hungry Jack store before 6 o'clock tomorrow. Tell them Finn sent you. And for both of these
Finn
teams,
and Joel sent me. That's what you got to say.
I think they'll ask you for a donation if you say that I sent them, Coach. That's not going to get you much for free. Good activity from Sobey to poke that one away. Stays with Melbourne. 13 on the shot clock. 7:08 on the game clock in this third term. 50-51 Melbourne over Southeast Melbourne. Earlier tonight, the Bullets got the better of the Jack Jumpers behind another couple of standout performances from Casey Prather and Tyrell Harrison. Jackies have lost 4 in a row. Brisbane improve on the season to 5 and 7.
Oh.
20 going on.
120,
Off the ball. That one's on Sobey.
And that's another example of the play I was talking about earlier with Brown. There's a lot of holding going on.
On both ends.
And Chris eventually retaliates, but they get Sobey on the hole.
Other teams able to break away in this game. Melbourne led by 8 early in proceedings as Delaney jams that one.
And with all this pressure, that's what Dean Bickman was talking about. Trying to get through some structure in the half court is so hard. And there's a moving screen. Sobey said challenge. And to Josh King, and Chris encouraged Josh King to challenge. And I think he's going to challenge.
Chris says that's a bad challenge. Chris tells him that's a bad one.
So the Amy replay there. Get another look at what Josh King's challenged. He was successful earlier in the game with a very prudent call to review. Let's see whether this one stands up as well.
It's off the ball and just a little too aggressive on the moving screen. Well, that's what the call has been.
You can see Adam Gibson there at the back of the huddles just staring at you, Leonard, to see what you've got to say.
Hard to tell from that angle. There certainly was a collision. This will give us a better look.
Oh, yeah.
Gee, Sobey didn't do a whole lot wrong.
No, I think Sobey put his shoulder in. Right here, see the shoulder?
Yeah, he did. Dropped it marginally, but gee whiz, not a whole lot in that.
Of course, it
Boom, nah, bro.
needs to conclusively not be the foul as it was called on the floor.
And Sobey even said, no, don't call that.
I think if Sobey doesn't fall on the ground, they probably don't call that. Yeah, to me, it's going to be a successful challenge. He doesn't really look. Yeah.
2 from 2. Josh King and the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
Wow.
Southeast Melbourne. Time to go. Just look.
Look at Chris Goldie. He's like, what? Like, what? Dave Bickerman has that look as if to say, bruh, are you kidding me?
But you're right, it did look like there was
a little bit of shoulder.
A little bit of shoulder, but the feet was set. Yeah,
so you can set your
those bang plays sometimes can be.
Let the referees do their job. I don't know anything about it. I've been wrong that many times, Joel. Give me that.
Oh, Milton Doyle goes upstairs for the block.
Ooh.
Delaney, corner 3 ball, got it! 6-point lead to Melbourne United.
He's been so good with those wide open shots, too, knocking them down.
He's got 18 points, Coach.
And didn't he play well last game as well? I mean, it was...
No, he played well all season.
21 on Wednesday on 9 of 13 shooting. Aliir fumbles that away.
Just a moment. Here is a moment in the game where there's been very little in it. And now 6 points up and a chance. And that's an outstanding block. Great recovery by Milton Doyle. But a chance now to just take for the first time to get a bit of separation.
Doyle driving inside. Oh, short arms it.
14.
He wanted a call from Chris Reid. Foul is on Edwards.
Doyle never complains.
I didn't see any push.
Every time.
Okay, Milt.
Doxy. Thank you.
Third foul on Edwards, who's going to come out of the game. Fabian Kruzovic replaces him. Milton Doyle continues to chat it up with Chris Reed.
As I mentioned, it is a tough game to officiate.
Oh, 100.
Milton Doyle's, as you mentioned, Coach, he's not often that demonstrative.
I think he did get pushed, but there's so much pushing going on out there, it's hard to call everything.
Foxwell thought long and hard about it out there with Iwundu, Lewis, Hunter, and Sobey at the moment. Where's Iwundu goes to work on Golding, drives inside, Golding did enough. And the ball is going to stay with South East Melbourne. They'll have a new 14. Daniels, Delaney, Kruzovic, Doyle, and Golding is the 5 for Melbourne. Delaney leads all scorers with 18 in the game. Walker's got 14, Sobey a team high 13. He's the lone South East Melbourne player in double figures. Foxwell turns the corner, drops it off to Hunter, who makes the acrobatic finish. Nice touch out the back of the hand. Iwundu keeps that alive. Lewis is off to the races. Sobey tosses it to Foxwell. Nice ball movement from the Phoenix. Lewis worked himself into a corner and he found a way out.
35.
Foul on Doyle.
Wow. Called on Milton Doyle.
Not the call that Milton Doyle wanted. He wanted a call, but not that one.
Wholesale changes for both teams.
Foster comes back into the game for South East Melbourne, so he's played some extended minutes in this one. Iwundu no good. Walker back the other way from Melbourne. Comes around the screen from Kruzovic, trying to get to the corner for Daniels. Iwundu pokes it away. 7 on the shot clock remaining for Melbourne. We're past halfway in this third period. United lead by 4. Peterson, Andrew Gaze, Bernard Copeland and Kelsey Brown with your big day to come tomorrow in the NBL. Adelaide Perth kicks it all off. Nice pass from Kruzovic and a terrific block from Lewis.
Oh!
Foxwell was called for the double dribble.
Thought he could get away with a sneaky one. This is just great help. Weak side defense by Lewis. Comes across. Outstanding block. And then, it wasn't a huge double dribble, but it was there. Caught the ball on his hip, did Foxwell.
Lewis stood up to one of the NBL's very best on that occasion. Around and out for Walker. Rebound Iwundu.
Oh, gee.
And that's Owen Foxwell with the unintentional grounding with the cross-court pass.
Mistakes. Got to come back to biting.
Walker, Daniels, Golding, Kruzovic, and Bowen out there now. You see Kyle Bowen back out on the floor. Walker comes straight down the middle. Kruzovic out there trying to space the floor. 5 on the shot clock now for Walker. Fab's just going to have to put it up. Got Hunter in the air, releases it, can't hit.
That's a great defensive set by Phoenix. Just everything's contested. Took away some of the penetration. Forced him into a tough shot.
Foster turns the corner, gets inside. He can't finish. Both teams it's slowed down for here in this third term. 7 points for South East Melbourne, 9 for Melbourne United as Golding adds to that with a deep triple.
Now, he didn't set his feet. He just caught it. He didn't breathe, and he shot it. What?
3 of 8 from outside. Chris Golding for his 11 points.
What is it about this end of the floor with the turnovers? Now we see the Phoenix going through a little stretch where they're being sloppy with it. And that's their 14th turnover. Melbourne United only 1 in the quarter so far after having 12 at the halftime break.
They both look after the ball in terms of turnovers religiously, both of these two teams on most occasions. shot clock for Walker. Daniels. Down low to Krizovic, working inside on Brown. Rolled off the front of the rim, but it stays alive for United. Krizovic got it to Bowen, who took all kinds of contact and eventually got the whistle.
33. Come forward. Here we go, here we go.
That was in another time zone from Chris Reed.
Well, you don't mind if it's late. Chris Golding and Dean Bickerman. I think Chris is not particularly wrapped with the rotation. He just hit a three. Perhaps thought that I want to stay in the contest.
Well, we've all been there, haven't we? Some of us.
No, well, this is it's a juggling act that both coaches have to make. It's such a physical game, trying to find the appropriate level of rest to keep the guys fresh. But it's a nice lead now for Melbourne United with
the biggest
9
lead
points.
of the game. It's Drewy. They led by 8 in the opening term at 19 to 11. They lead at 61-52. One dude coming downhill. Walker, good enough to get the hand in. Krebs leaking out. Stays with Walker. Comes all the way in. Foster's called for the foul. Here you see the replay of Chris Golding getting subbed out and venting his frustration before. Well, he made amends with Dean Bickerman for about half a second there, Copes.
Yeah. I feel him, though. He knocked down a three. The way he plays.
Well, I don't know if that's what the complaint was.
I might have been something else, yeah.
They just run a pick and pop, and I think he felt that they swung it to Daniels in the corner, and it was one of those 50-50 ones for most people. But with Chris Golding, he obviously feels like they need a little bit of daylight to get a shot off, and maybe disappointed that he didn't receive it.
Well, Supercoach NBL is back, not as you know it. Beat the Coach, a new weekly format this season. You can go head-to-head with Damon Lowry every round and win prizes, including 2 $500 cash prizes and 1 2-night choice hotels accommodation voucher every week. Get involved with NBL Supercoach. Beat the Coach this season.
Do they have a message board or something where you can question Damon Lowry's decisions like he might be questioning some of the coaches?
He's been on fire, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Down his opponents left, right and centre. Supercoach. Level anyway. Here's Sobey all the way up the floor and throwing it down.
And they needed that. With a couple more, they're going to stay in this game.
Back to 9 after it was at a game high. 11-point lead.
The Coach only had 7 points in the quarter.
Walker, Daniels open for 3. Left it a long way short. Rebound falls to Brown. That's his 8th of the contest to go with his 7 points. Southeast Melbourne need to get moving. Try and find some offensive answers to this strangling United defence, which continues to pile on the pressure as Walker hits a big 3. Timeout, Southeast Melbourne. Tyson Walker steps up with his 19th point in the triple. And that margin is out to a new high watermark of 12 at 66-54 at the Tangerine timeout.
Well, the turnovers have just completely killed the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix in this quarter, caused them all sorts of problems, and they've had 6 of them in the quarter, and they've led to transition. But this has been a spectacular defensive play quarter.
Guys, nobody point the finger. No, I know. We're going to the basket. Weak as fuck. And then we got to all go. Everybody's just watching one guy go. Maybe we got a guy on the glass. Everybody's getting back. Go with some fucking authority. Hey, see right here.
So 66-54, Josh King passionately addressing his team.
Apologies for those for that language, but he's. I can understand why he's frustrated. Yeah. He feels that they're tentative with their penetration, which has led to the 6 turnovers. They haven't looked fluent. The shots that they've been getting haven't been great, combined with those turnovers. And this is Dean Vickerman making the appropriate adjustments at the halftime break on the defensive end and taking away those driving lanes. Coach, remember in that first half, they were just get to the cup, shot, kick out, shot. Completely smothered them in this third period.
Back in round two, these two teams met. It was a 5-point margin at three-quarter time. And Melbourne boat raced to Phoenix in that final term to win by 20. They've got a 12-point margin at the moment to the top of the table, Melbourne United. Phoenix with a chance to go top if they can scrounge a victory. Foster for three. That's a big hit from the young fella.
Big hit. They need to get up and in now, create some turnovers, come down and take some good shots, not just the first shot that they had.
Daniel Foster with 6 points. New NBL career high for him. 66-57, under a minute remaining in this third term, and Kyle Bowen is wide open.
Oh, wow. That's a blow-up.
It's a complete breakdown of your rules of what you're doing with an on-ball screen.
Foxwell at the other end. That's no good.
What was that? It was probably a 2-for-1, but you can get a better shot than that. They didn't have that little time, and that one was a 2-for-1. It's going to give them, should give them 7 or 8 seconds.
So if South East Melbourne can pull this one out, it will be a real win of substance. Just over a quarter remaining. It's Melbourne with an upper hand. And another turnover for the Phoenix. That is 16 in the game.
It gives Melbourne United to bring in their sharpshooter, Chris Golding. Brown checks out because he's got the 3 fouls.
And if you look at the free throws here, Melbourne United have taken 18. Phoenix have taken 7, 4 of 7. They're not taking the ball to the hole like they need to.
9 of 18 from outside the Phoenix. Melbourne 8 of 19. Golding, the touch to end the term. A bit of contact. He doesn't get the call. And we turn for home with Melbourne United up by 11, and Chris Golding looking for an answer from the referees. 68-57, the three-quarter time score. The South East Melbourne Phoenix with work to do if they're to record a famous victory. Melbourne trying to get to 10-2 on the season. 11-point margin, United ahead. A quarter to go in Throwdown 30.
A breakaway quarter for Melbourne United. They've got an 11-point lead heading into the final quarter of this throwdown 30. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix only managed 57 points to this point. Nathan Sobey, the only player in double digits. I listened in to Josh King. Plenty of people had things to say. He said, this is what we talk about. We're in all sorts offensively, but there's one thing we've got in our back pocket, and that's our defense.
See if they can turn it up here in this final term, and it's a promising start, Kelsey. Thank you.
And there you go. Get a stop. They need to go back to Phoenix defense, and that'll generate some offense.
So it's Felix defense for a second. I thought that's non-existent. Here's Foxwell driving inside. Edwards does enough with that length.
It's a dominant performance on the fast break, 22-10 in favour of Melbourne United. And a lot of that's come because of the work they've done on the defensive end.
Delaney behind the back to Edwards. A spectacular dive.
And look at the Amy replay. The extra pass. Foxwell out-muscled and behind the back.
Nice find from Delaney to get the big fella rolling to the hoop. Phoenix shooting 39% from the field. Melbourne's 24 of 50 has them at 48%. And an offensive foul on a Ketchalia. That will not make the Southeast Melbourne coach all that happy.
A lot of that goes to Foxwell because he didn't wait on the screen. He took off before the screen. He saw the screen coming, and he tried to dribble past. You got to let that guy get set.
See the exasperated look on Josh King's face. He looks up at the big screen and sees the game situation. Down by 13. Just over a minute played in the final term of Throwdown 30 here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Saturday night hoops. Top spot on the line for the winner as Walker goes inside. He has been tough this evening, now up to 21. Can't find any flow or groove offensively at the moment, the Phoenix. Just 12 points in that third term. Foxwell now for Owundu. That's more like it.
They got to get up and in now.
They do, but they've got to find a way to get some offense as well because they haven't been all that successful on the defensive end. And to me, that's just so much is with the ball. Very little cutting action by Phoenix and always going up against an established defense.
Doyle from outside. Milton Doyle doing Milton Doyle things.
Game delay.
And that lead is out to a new game high of 16. Doyle's got 10 in the game. Delaney 18. Walker 21. His third 20-point game of the season so far. Brown loses the handle. Turnover 18 for the Phoenix. Walker inside, finds Krebs, cutting to the cup. 18-point lead to Melbourne United early on in the final term. Josh King calls for time. It is United 77, Southeast 59 in Throwdown 30.
It just don't look like you. It just don't look like themselves, do they?
They don't. It's that defense. They haven't been able to generate what they usually get on that end and look like a team. And Melbourne, to be fair, looked like a team that came ready to play, ready to respond, and they weren't ready to lose a third in a row.
It started from the jump ball. I thought, and I'm not blaming anyone, I thought the first couple of jump shots by Phoenix, they didn't use the ball. It was guys trying to get themselves going early, and they didn't look like the Phoenix of old.
And they didn't test the officials in that second quarter where after about 3.5 minutes that Melbourne United were in the bonus and there was very little attack on the rim. They were just playing as if they didn't have that foul trouble. So they weren't able to make the adjustments when they were required, and ultimately they paid the price.
18-point lead out of the Tangerine timeout for Melbourne United, 77-59. There's our Snapchat influencer seats. Best spot to sit in the house, courtside at every game here at John Cain Arena. 77-59.
Who was that, Joel?
Melbourne United over South East Melbourne. Come back to you on that, Copes. 7:30 remaining here in this ball game. John Brown in the mid-range knocks that one down. It's a start, but there's lots more work to do.
Let me tell you, this fella here, he has been exceptional. Walker.
And he continues almost. That one looked like it was down as well, Drewy.
They're both ends of the floor. He has ran this team. He's scored. He has been just a critical factor.
Plus 19 in the game, 21 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals for Walker. He whips it to Delaney. Melbourne by 16, United on top. Foxwell in the open floor. He tried to drop it off to Sobey. It was far too casual.
They're not.
It's all falling apart for the Phoenix. And Tyson Walker puts 1 foot on the throat.
Well,
Hunter loses it now. Delaney's a little bit sore in backcourt for Melbourne. Walker at the other end. Looking for a new career high with the 3 ball.
He's cramping up. I hope he's cramping up. If he's not cramping up, Walker's got an issue. He's in the backcourt. They're playing 5-on-4.
I wonder at the other end. Walker's just reaching for that right path. Not too perturbed by that.
They should stop the game. Can't walk.
For a bloke with that last name, that's a bit of an issue. Doyle throws it at the feet of Edwards. Delaney dives after it, tosses it over his head to Krebs. Everything is coming up United.
It is a big test now for Phoenix. That's a foul that he intentionally fouled just so they could get a sub and get him out of the game.
let's just hope it's a cramp. Nothing more.
After he shot the 3 ball there, he pulls up and reaches for that right calf, so he'll get checked out. Kelsey will keep an eye on that as well. 22 points. It was 20 points last time they met.
They just have not been able to find a way to consistently get good shots and score.
61 points, haven't scored fewer than 71 in a game so far this season. The Phoenixes. Foster's able to swoop inside. He's got 8 on 3 of 5 shooting.
And a lot of that is Melbourne United's defense, but a lot of it is Phoenix and their bad preparation, their bad shots. It's not being prepared, man.
They haven't had a lot of time to prepare with their game midweek.
Doyle is offline with that one. Of course, Melbourne played Wednesday. Phoenix played Thursday in the Silverdome. 103-102 on that occasion. They played Sunday here against Perth. Melbourne went Monday, Thursday, Saturday into this one. 4:46 remaining in the ball game. It's a 20-point margin the way of Melbourne. The same gap that decided the first throwdown of this season. It was 103-83 on that occasion. It's now 83-63, and Tyson Walker's going for a little Saturday night pickle juice there.
He is, and got some cracking games coming up. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's game in Adelaide with Perth taking on the Adelaide 36.
What do you think that building's going to be like tomorrow?
It's going to be electric. It has been. They're selling out every game this season, the Adelaide 36ers, and why wouldn't they when you've got the best player in the competition running around playing in spectacular fashion? And the Wildcats, I like their team. I think that they're going to be there when the whips are cracking at the end. But the other thing I want to do when we think of these, then let's not forget the Kings. They found their mojo.
Cooks,
and back
because
in
the ball's in Cook's hands.
And the Breakers just trying to hang on. But I want to give a little shout out to here, because these derby games have been historically great intensity here in the city of Melbourne with a variety of different teams. But if you're thinking of a man that has the record for number of threes in a derby, it's my man next to me, Milan Copeland. He was 10 of 12 threes versus Magic back in round 8 in 1995. 10 for 10 is spectacular, but 10 of 12, Copes. That is...
Can I ask a question? Were you playing?
I was.
Oh, you dropped 40. Sorry, I had 39. He had 40. You wanted people to know that.
No, I'm just saying 10 threes. 10 of 12 is just ridiculous.
Because I didn't like the other team. I keep telling you that it works.
Nothing less than we'd expect from you two. Legends of this competition as Golding and Lewis get tangled up. Lewis called for the foul. Chris Golding just pulls up sore, holding his finger for a second there.
I got a quick question. Who guards Cotton from Perth? I mean, is it Dick?
Hinch will get a bit of that job. Well, they just throw as many bodies as they can at him.
I don't know if they have a defender. Sunday. Yeah. Sunday maybe.
He has been playing a lot. I think with Bryce, if you go into that game just worrying about the individual matchup, that's important, but you need to guard him collectively, and that's what the Sydney Kings did to hold him to 7 points. And sure, the ball pressure and whoever's got him's got a big assignment, but he beats anyone if it's one-on-one.
Shown that repeatedly, especially in the last couple of years. Lewis made the second free throw. Golding and Sobey goes straight past him. And Chris Golding holds the finish and shows it to the crowd.
Still the big boys.
A one-do from outside, can't hit. Krebs controls the rebound down to Bowen. Foster just reaches over the back of him and rips it away. He's played some great minutes for the Phoenix today, Daniel Foster. Brizlovic is called for the foul.
Blue, 18, block.
Biggest margin we've had in a throwdown, 28 points. And Phoenix have surpassed their lowest score in a throwdown, which was 60 points back in round 11 of the 2021 season.
It's just the making of adjustments of Melbourne United. Phoenix had 28 points in that first quarter.
Yep.
And had a combined 29 in the next 2. It's just a exhibition on how they've been, Melbourne United have been able to adjust and just make life real tough for Phoenix.
Again, you got to give Melbourne United a lot of credit. But Phoenix, they got to take some of the blame as well. Bad shot selection, turnovers.
Daniels up top to Doyle. Melbourne by 20. Milton Doyle inside is fouled by John Brown. So Milton Doyle will head to the stripe with 3 minutes 30 remaining. 86-66, there's the live Mitsubishi Motors ladder. Melbourne 10-2 sit top of the table. Adelaide to play tomorrow. And the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, by virtue of what looks like it'll be a loss, slide to 7-3.
You learn from this loss and certainly the lessons on the offensive end. But 7-3 is an outstanding record in this competition.
Considering they were 2-6 last year.
And I don't think I'm not making excuses for them, but you can't underestimate coming into the toughest challenge, I think, still in the league is to play Melbourne. And doing that only on a day's rest is not easy. Real short amount of preparation time.
DJ Mitchell getting some weight run here and knocks down the 3 ball. Hasn't seen a lot of playing time this season, has DJ Mitchell. Next 3 for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. They're at Cairns next week before a doubleheader at Brisbane, and they host Adelaide here on a Saturday night in a couple of weeks. And Illawarra and Melbourne throw down 31 in round 11 before the FIBA break. United have got Brisbane next week, a double against Illawarra Perth. They've got a couple of games against the Wildcats before they face up against Southeast again. Lewis on the drive across the lane. Foster in the corner, looking for the 3. Mitchell pulls it down. Now Gorjok-Gak, who's getting a little bit of burn. Once, twice, no. Foul on Brizlovic.
Good hustle, good hustle.
35, hit.
And that's Dean Vickham would love that
Bonus
possession.
anyway, mate.
The last one, the shot.
Bonus anyway.
The first couple of closeouts and not giving up on the play and hard closeouts, continual contesting of the shot. Just as a coach on the sideline, you see, look up and you've got a nice margin, but there's no let up on the intensity of every possession.
29 tomorrow is Gorjok Yak. Hopefully he can make a second free throw here. Won't be the happiest of birthdays for him. And of course, Malik Lewis, 21 on Monday is the next start. And they can't even deliver him a present in the form of a made free throw. Matt Ryan getting set to check into the game as well for the Phoenix. Edwards goes upstairs. He's fouled underneath. Jesse Edwards, only the 7 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 22 minutes tonight, but 11 rebounds. So another game of some prolific work on the boards from Edwards, who's the number 6 rebounder in the league, averaging 8 a game this season.
21 turnovers is too many. That's what Phoenix have got. Melbourne United had 12 in the first half. They've only had 4 in the second.
Edwards thumps that down with some real authority. Pushes that lead back out to 21. For Melbourne, it's been a real statement of intent. They have not been at their best in their last 2. But their best is still as good as anyone can muster. As Mitchell hits another 3-ball.
And not an easy one either. Off the dribble, he's come in and it's hard to do. You've been sitting on the bench for 35 minutes, get a little bit of burn at the end, and he's come off and knocked down a couple of threes.
Been sitting on the bench for half a season.
Yep.
Well, that's true.
DNP on Thursday, only averaging 7.5 minutes in 7 appearances from their 9 so far this season as Chris Golding drives inside. Dean Vickerman still rolling with some of his big names late in the piece here.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Some young boys in there.
Gak can't finish underneath. It is called goaltending. A little bit of basket interference there from Kyle Bowen underneath. Stachioed West Australian.
You called it straight away. Dean Vickerman runs for Virtue. Doyle and Chris Golding have a spell. Tommy Wilson comes in.
Fresh off a nice little shoot here. Tommy Wilson as well. He's out there in the Reebok picks this evening. Your man Drewy at the Melbourne Tigers.
He touches it, he's going up.
NBL 1 MVP in the South.
Season he put together. Minute 12 remaining in this one, so they'll have a look to ensure that it's a South East Melbourne ball. 74-92. Tyson Walker, 24 points on 8 of 17 shooting, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Malik Machar comes into the game.
My man, he better get up a shot.
You had some words for him pre-game.
If you don't shoot it, I'm going to talk about you.
Here you are talking about him.
No.
Well, if I was advising, yes, look for your shot, but make sure it's a good one. You don't want to come out.
You're up 20, you're up 18.
Don't give him anything easy to talk about.
You want to build some confidence from your coach, make good decisions.
Tom Coppin's out there as well now as Mitchell in attack mode, and DJ Mitchell's having a say late in this one.
Mitchell deserves a little playing time around here.
He's ticking well. He's certainly making a case to the coach, as has Daniel Foster throughout this one. Wilson can't hit that. Clawing back some late respectability on the scoreboard here. Melbourne United led by 22 in the game on a couple of occasions.
Backcourt violation.
And that's what Dyson, that's what Dyson said. Dash.
You're not the first, and you won't be the last, coach.
Right.
No, I did the last game as well.
Over and back.
No, we got
on Wilson. That won't be.
I got 15's leg. Okay. Where you called the cross court here? Because I got a tap. He tapped it out of his hands, but then are you saying I saw it back? I saw it come off 15's leg. Okay. You're 100%. Yes. Cool. So you tell me that there's more information? Pardon?
You're telling him that we chased this?
Right, I was saying that it was hit here.
Yeah.
Did you see that hit? And then
I
there's a
see a
second
touch
hit.
and it's off 15's legs.
Okay. Straight.
Okay, now that's a play I don't think that they're allowed to review either, which doesn't make any sense.
There's Ricky and Rakita Daniels sitting courtside. Of course, Dyson plying his trade with the Atlanta Hawks at the moment. A pretty strong start to the season in the NBA. A couple of games in the Daniels' hometown of Bendigo later in the season when Melbourne hit the road in January. Pat Ryan for three in the corner.
One more is coming in, letting it fly.
That's what he can do. He's at 50% now. He's only had a couple, but he's at 50% on the season. And the lefty strokes it.
Scored 10 of the last 12 points in the game here. Southeast Melbourne to claw some respectability back onto the scoreboard. Machar in the corner. Almost copes.
It's all right. You got it up. That's all that matters. Get it up, son.
Oh, DJ Mitchell from deep. He followed your instruction.
They're trying to get another contract.
As Ryan makes two more. So the lead is whittled down to 11. But it will be a Melbourne United win in Throwdown 30. They'll go to a three-game Throwdown winning streak. Daniels tries to float it home. Rebound to Machar. Wilson a three to finish it is no good. And Melbourne United issue a reminder that they are still a force to be reckoned with in this season. They bounce back from 2 straight losses with an 11-point win over Southeast Melbourne in Throwdown 30 and stay top of the Pops after round 8 in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
They were generally tested in the first quarter. And we had a game on, and even at half-time. But you could see the adjustments probably midway through that second that Melbourne United had made to their defence, and it just kept on going. And Phoenix just could not find a way to score. Your whole Melbourne United at 92, not terrible, but they just couldn't score, and 22 turnovers, way too many.
Melbourne United don't go into the centre circle as they did on Wednesday. Somewhat troublesome week. Southeast Melbourne take that position in midcourt, so no post-game scuffle after this one. A 92-81 lead. They led by as many as 22 in the ball game. Did Melbourne United on a couple of occasions. The Phoenix closed on a bit of a run to whittle that margin down. And they're able to close it out to move to 10-2 on the season. And they sit top of the table after round 8 with 2 games to come tomorrow for Melbourne United. Tyson Walker, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He was terrific, and he's with Kelsey Brown.
He was a massive game for Tyson Walker. Tyson coming off 2 losses, a really big win tonight. How important was that one to get back on the winners list?
It's definitely big to get a win, especially after losing 2. You know, we was disappointed, so we had to fix some things, and I think today we executed well.
28 points for Southeast Melbourne Phoenix in their first term, and then you guys turned it around. What were the adjustments that you made to sort of come out with this massive win?
Just getting stops and rebounding. We gave up too many offensive rebounds, too many open threes, and then just pushing the pace, you know, trying to wear them out, and it worked out.
Amazing win for you guys. We love what you're doing in the league. Enjoy the rest.
Thank you.
A massive game for Melbourne United as they make it 3 Throwdown wins in a row. They win 92-81. The boys will break down all of the action after this. Don't go anywhere.
So Melbourne United take out a win to go to 10-2 on the season in Throwdown 30, 92-81. They ran away with it in the second half. It wasn't quite that close. The Phoenix clawed it back at the end to make it more respectable on the scoreboard. And they get to another victory to stay top of the table in this NBL season. Andrew Gaze, Leonard Copeland, there's our full-time match stats. What do they tell us?
They tell us that Melbourne United are the best team right now in this league. 18 turnovers by Melbourne, but let me tell you something. They came out that second half. Whatever Dean Bickerman said to them at halftime, it worked.
And that's 22 turnovers to the Phoenix, and that's really the difference in the game. You look at that and you think it was only for the difference, but it's the type of turnovers and when they happen was really a factor, and they dominated the boards and just blanketed Phoenix. They just couldn't score in that second half.
Yeah, Phoenix had some real offensive struggles in that second half. The rest of round 8 has plenty to offer. Sunday Hoops is going to be so much fun. That's what's in the books already. The Jackies going down to the Bullets earlier tonight. Joe Healy reporting Anthony Drimmick out indefinitely with a back injury too for the Jackies, so a bit of a worry there. And then tomorrow, the 36ers and the Wildcats and the Kings and the Breakers is going to be a loaded Sunday.
It certainly is. Of course, it's Bryce Cotton and taking on his former team, the Wildcats, where he won 5 MVPs. He was the king of Perth, and now they're coming into Adelaide in what should be a cracking contest.
It is going to be so much fun. Who you got tomorrow? Who's winning that one?
I got the 36ers and I got the Kings.
How many for Bryce?
Bryce will get 47 tomorrow.
47. I'll let you sleep on it, and you can think about it on the plane on the way to Adelaide tomorrow. Thanks to all of our crew here at John Cain Arena, to Kelsey Brown, as well as Leonard Copeland and Andrew Gaze. Thanks for spending your Saturday night with us for Throwdown 30. Melbourne United moved to 10-2 on the season. They win at 92-81. Massive Sunday of hoops coming your way. Look forward to your company tomorrow.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
One. I bet that you're probably right.
Cairns on Friday, and I think then we've got another week. And we play Adelaide here.
One. Two.
Getting ahead of myself. Sorry. I didn't see that. Thank you. Of course you did. Oh, you're right.
Normally just footy. I've done footy.
NEP?
Yeah. I've done one rugby and then this.
Yeah, cool.
But mostly just listening to footy.
Studying?
No, I dropped out.
Yeah.
Either drop out and get a job, or stay in uni and not get a job.
What were you studying?
Business. The lowest possible business that you can study. So it wasn't really teaching me that much.
What was it?
RMIT. Then my dad told me that, oh, you can do a job in TV. Okay. Because I was sitting around the house. Even I was getting bored. Enjoying it? Yeah, it's great. 23 years, 4 years. I'm having fun.
How old are you, James?
I'm 18.
Okay.
Turned 18 January 31st this year.
I've got a 19-year-old at home who needs to get a job soon. But he's in no hurry to do anything.
Is your dad do audio? Yeah, okay. What's his name? John Hancock.
You don't know Johnny. He's a Channel 7 legend, like your old man, you know, they've been around for years.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's how you get in now. It's about who you know.
So you're related to?
Yeah. Who are you related to?
Nobody. There's no nepotism here. I've got here on my merits.
No Squirrel knew someone, and that's how we kind of got into it. Same as Blake.
I think everybody knows someone.
Oh yeah.
But it's not like I'm related.
No.
Is that the right crowd number?
What is it, 8806?
8806. Yep.
I've got a picture of you, your picture. There's microphones that are embedded in that picture. The microphones that are embedded, the audio's embedded in the SDI signal.
Yeah.
And it goes through this little box.
Right, okay.
And then it goes into this little laptop in the, what do you call this, USB? Yeah. And then it all sort of works. Unless you do something wrong.
Just let me I'll get it off you later. I can
Take it off now. Don't need it. Thanks for that.
Who's the other guy? He also had a camera.
Oh, camera?
Yeah.
You might be at the truck.
Oh, that's good. I'll go there. Thank you.
Still raining outside,
Just a little bit, just drizzling. The tide is low in the car park, which is good. Last week the tide was high.
Big Lance still filing, or is he coming?
He's filing, but he was close, so I unplugged him, so.
half an hour ago.
Yeah, so I was there.
34 minutes.
And like she knew I was there. How did you get that to the minute?
I just searched
Full
up.
time or something?
I just searched up A-League, and Melbourne City put out a, I know 10 Football put out a post 34 minutes ago.
What's the score?
With the full score. Melbourne City won 2-0.
34 minutes ago then.
Oh, okay.
Rubbish.
There's also a big concert from later.
What was that called?
It's like a K-pop group. They're called like. Demon Hunter. No, not that.
Oh, that's the only K-pop group.
No, that's. They're called it's one word. Twist or no?
Twice or something?
No. And apparently they're massive. Apparently last year they had two concerts at Marvel. So huge.
There's a lot of people in suits outside too.
Well, there was a racism.
It is
twice.
The first 3 parts, I've just sent an update. Can you make sure that they get used on the way of the latest file?
It's okay. It's in a minute.
Yep.
I do claim that.
First 3 just replaced.
Sold out 2 shows at Broadway.
Thank you. Ta. Bye.
Yeah. United incoming goes.
Yeah. Between the two of you, come back.
Camera's good.
Coach, it felt like almost a game of 2 halves there, where you kind of hung with them and absorbed their best shot, and then just turned on the afterburners after half time and really upped the ante. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think absorbing their pressure in the first quarter was something we kind of talked about. Like they've been pretty elite at creating turnovers. You just watched that Tassie game the other night, and Tassie were good enough to hang with them. But again, we have turned their 12 turnovers is something similar to what they did the other night. We might have got back a little bit better, but yeah, thought we were in a good position at half time. Not sure what happened on the last play. I didn't see it. I was still in the locker room. But we made a couple of shots there with Milt, and obviously they cancelled one. But I thought limit the turnovers, limit the fast break possessions. Can we do a little bit better with Sobey and Foxy coming downhill? And then I thought once we did that job, and we get fast break points. It's a team that pressures you, but if you have a chance to go by them, there are some points at the rim, and Tice was a big part of that tonight, and a few little adjustments to our press break that helped as well, and Finn getting down the floor and doing some things. But I thought Tice and Finn were just monsters tonight. They were great.
You mentioned that half time, or just before half time, the Milton kind of Hail Mary heave from behind half court. We were all sitting there watching it as well, going, what exactly is going on here? Did you get an answer about why it was cancelled? Did you not get it off before the shot clock?
Oh, I'm assuming that's what happened, yeah. All I heard late was, hey, there's 7 seconds on the clock, you better get back out there, and I ran and didn't make it, so, yeah. So, one of those things. Coaches did a great job, that's why you have assistant coaches, right, and they did a great job, and from what I heard, we got a steal and a layup, so well done to them.
And I guess this rivalry, I guess, with South East Melbourne, it just seems like it felt almost inevitable by midway through that third quarter that here comes Melbourne, they've won it and they're coming home. Do you get that feeling? Do you go, hey, like, here we go now, we're going to kick here?
Yeah, I really stopped looking at the scoreboard in the second half, and I looked up and I was like, oh damn, we're 18 up, kind of thing. I was just kind of riding every possession a little bit, and we got back to playing defence tonight, and probably should have held them in the 70s somewhere and let a few points go in the last minute. But that was the focus of the group, to celebrate each other's success. I didn't think we lost a little bit of that in Illawarra, and just looking at our bench, we just weren't active enough for each other. And I thought we got back to celebrating each other, and we got back to, Barlow did a great job with the scout, and I thought we stuck to it, and our rules were good, and we competed on the board still. It's been a problem for us with offensive boards with this team, but John Brown is he's a problem down there.
Tyson, it looked like that's probably that first half was as much heat in a game as United's had this year, in terms of both sides going at it, lots of turnovers, lots of bash and crash. How did you sort of feel on the night in terms of the competitiveness of the game early on?
It was definitely physical. We knew they were going to come out very aggressive, so we just had to try to take care of the ball as best as we could, and just try to get into our offense quick. But it was good. Dean challenged me before the game. He told me I was going to play some longer stretches, so just trying to, go as hard as I can, play defense, and just stay aggressive.
So you come out with 24, 6 and 6. Do you react well to those challenges when the coach says, hey, puts it on you?
Reese kind of told me to keep shooting from the beginning of the game, so just staying aggressive, staying in that mindset. It's good. It's good.
Felt like Finn Delaney was really important for you, particularly in the first half, as a connector, as they kind of came up the floor. He seemed to be the outlet for you guys. Is that planned? Like Finn was to get up to make sure that you had that pressure release?
Finn can do everything. So, whatever you need Finn to do, he does it. And then he just was a great relief guy today, so he could bring up the ball, and then we can initiate our offense quicker with him. He's a great screener. He knows what to do once he gets the ball in the mid-post. So, he's a great thing to have.
Tyson, are you ready for the assistance of Shea Ely next week? How important is he going to be to the team?
Yeah, I just told Shea on the bench today I missed him. I'm very excited to have him back. Just another guy who could really heat the ball up, and then now I can really go as hard as I can, for 2 or 3 minutes, knowing he's coming in to do the same thing. So I'm very excited for it.
Have you had to take a bit of a backward step, I suppose, from that intensity, given that he's been out?
No.
In terms of the physicality, you asked for a more physical team, Dean. How did you see Jesse Edwards going? He really put a marker out there on those Phoenix players.
Yeah, there was a lot of grabbing and holding kind of tonight, and I know the referees can't call everything. I thought they managed the game, pretty well. And if it's not restrictive of what's going on, we can all argue about different calls and stuff, but we're trying to get this league to a point where, we want a physicality, we want that style of Aussie basketball, and I think everyone's still kind of adjusting to it, referees and teams and stuff. So, I thought, they're just trying to not let him run straight into a screen and get separation, and they're finding ways to do that, and so. This league's so good, and the coaches are so good. You keep moving through different games, and everyone's got counters for what you're doing right now. And so, there's a real chess match going on in the league right now. And that style, that pressure, you don't see that every game from every team, and you don't see McGee every night. You got these different challenges in the league, and it's a lot of fun right now.
How were you able to I suppose, halt their full court press? They were pretty intense in that first half, but you seemed once you broke them, they couldn't continue with it.
Yeah, you know, they're so connected with everybody to try and deny and put pressure on. It's a difficult challenge to do that and protect the rim as well. So I just thought the decisions that we made once we got past the front line of it, in attacking the rim or making an extra pitch out, I thought we were pretty solid in those decisions. I don't think we had too many turnovers in that area, and we were far more effective in the percentages that we scored it at once we got past the front line.
Team, what worked for you defensively in the second half? I mean, they've 63 points on the board through 3.5 quarters. What did you come out with after half time you found worked for you?
I didn't think we changed anything too much. We thought there was, 3 or 4 adjustments, end out, side out, how we guarded the on ball a little bit better. But yeah, I just thought our physicality at the rim, once they did come downhill, Fab and Jesse were both great in protecting the rim. And then, Finn and KB, I thought, playing on Hunter and we really getting out aggressive and showing, and we just stopped the ball coming downhill a little bit more, and we were able to absorb the role and, challenge John Brown to just kind of make some decisions around the elbow and things like that. So, yeah, I thought we just stuck with our scout way better.
How does the decision to put Chris back in the starting lineup play out? You said to us on Wednesday night it was going to be maybe another game. Did you tap him on the shoulder? Does he come to you? How does that sort of play out to give you that little bit of a spark?
No, I thought probably before the Wollongong game that was where I was going to make that decision, and he's like, no, let's just keep rolling, and he wanted other guys to continue to stay confident, and Tanner's been so good, and then I thought he come in and have a really good impact, tonight as well. So, that's him. But he knew it was a big game. I knew he's always got up for this rivalry of throwdowns, and he really enjoys the challenge. So, I thought he was great tonight.
Sorry, guys, just one more. Dean, we've spoken before about reintegrating guys, and obviously players that play heavy minutes, and you've got Shay to come back in, and you've obviously got this stacked backcourt. I mean, it's a good challenge to have, but give us an idea of how you go into that.
Yeah, he's not guaranteed to play. Like he was pretty close. He needs a really good full week of practice, and so that's what he needs right now. And so the challenge of this week, we got 7 days before we play again, is how many great practices that we can have that are at a level that gets him ready to play. And if he still is not at the end of the week, we'll roll without him. But that's where I'll put it to these guys to say, hey, when it's time to really go in this week, we'll really get up to speed. We've got Brisbane coming in. They've got some bodies back. They're a good basketball team. We want to shout out our fans that turned up tonight, and then to member appreciation next week. And so I'm sure that every one of those fans would love to have Shaylee back to see him play that game.
Way to get that in.
Have fun away.
Thanks, man. Good job.
Keeping this one up?
Yeah, I was going to leave it here.
Yeah, I'll play the phone. That's great. That's so good. You got one that travels on the road?
What's that?
Have you got one skin that travels on the road?
No, I just whip the skin off and leave the frame here.
Yeah, right.
Are there 2 or 1 this frame? Sorry? Are there 2 people or 1 this frame? Just 1.
Sorry, thanks, Mum.
What's up? What's up?
Oh man. What's up?
Huh? Oh, yeah, no, it's all good.
Coach, you've been the most assured team with the ball through the start of the season, and then you come into this round, you have 19 turns against Tassie and 22 tonight. Can you pinpoint, like, I guess, where the composure's gone? What's the root of that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, first off, for all the credit to them. They were the more physical, more aggressive, more annoying team tonight. It's been I wish I had the answer for you. It's been the second game in a row. Obviously, they probably watched the Tasmania game, where we've had a problem getting shots up and turning the ball over. So that's something we have to fix. But they have a lot to do with that. But the game gets really hard when I don't know how many turnovers we had. 22. When you have 22 turnovers against the best team in the league, it's going to be really hard to win it. And there's a lot of other factors in that, but that's the one stat that's really hard to overcome.
It felt like watching that you came out and you were really tough for the first half and really, took it to them and felt on top for a lot of that first half, but couldn't find a knockout blow or couldn't find a way to extend it.
Yeah, look, it's not all bad. It's not all doom and gloom. We're going to go to practice on Monday and we're going to get better, but we have to be. There's a lot that we have to work on to be at the top echelon of the league. That's clear. That tonight it was. I think in that third quarter, first half, it was a pretty good game. Even if you look at it now, midway through the third quarter, it's a 56-52. We were getting stops, but then we were turning the ball right back over. And then at some point, I think we got really worn down. Definitely fatigued a little bit there, and they took full advantage of it. And that's the game. That's how it goes.
When you talk fatigue, so that was their third game in 5-6 days, and your second in 3, I think. Did you feel going in that there was a fatigue in your team, or is that just something that panned out on the night?
Yeah, I mean, we both. They played Wednesday night. We played Thursday night, so it was pretty even there. But yeah, I mean, we had a tough game the other night. We have a couple guys out. It's part of the game, but yeah, I felt like that obviously had that had something to do with our fatigue, And when you get tired, you lose your concentration. When you lose your concentration, you start punting the ball all over the gym. And we got to be better, and we will. I know these guys in the locker room, they're disappointed. Not the result we wanted, but hey, we'll be better.
Josh, did you feel like you handled the physicality of Jesse Edwards well enough tonight, and I suppose generally of United?
Yeah, for a half, or for 2.5, 3 quarters, in times we were really good. Jesse's a good player. I thought the guy that kind of led them tonight was Tyson Walker. I thought he was tremendous. We had a tough time guarding him. In the first quarter, I believe it was, we let them get too many threes, too many good looks at the basket. They were hurting us in transition, really completely in the first half. When we kept them in the half court, I thought we were pretty good. I think overall we did a decent job on Jesse. He's a really good player and a tough player to guard. And I thought we did a solid job on him.
Hunter played 7 minutes. Was he jolted in that screen?
Yeah, no, Hunter. Yeah, when he got hit, he's had a cut. I don't know how long he's had it, but he keeps reopening. So he had to go get stitches, and then he had some concussion protocol symptoms that just kind of put him out of the game.
Were you okay with the action? Was it just more of a whiplash type thing, or was it the actual bump?
What's the question?
Were you happy with the way it was adjudicated with that action?
I mean, I think they reviewed it. So if I haven't seen the play back, if they reviewed it and they thought it was nothing, then I guess it was nothing.
Josh, does minimising those turnovers come down to physicality and mindset, or is it more a method kind of thing?
Both. I mean, we got to be better. I mean, they're a really aggressive team, and we practice against that every day, but then when it comes game, again, I think a lot of that comes down to some fatigue tonight. But again, it's been we got to fix the turnover part because it's been 2 games in a row. We got lucky the other night with the escape at Tassie, threw the ball all over the gym the last 90 seconds, 2 minutes of the game, and then tonight, especially when it came crunch time in the third quarter, we were getting stops, and at some point when you just keep turning the ball over and not getting shots, and then once we got the ball across half court, we got to create more high quality shots.
How do you try and find a solution for, I guess that little bit of scoring punch that you're missing in Angus Glover?
Yeah, other guys got to step up. I think tonight, Danny Foster did a really nice job. I think there's always positives. He hit 2 threes. That should give him confidence. He's a good shooter. It's somebody's out. Every team in the league has somebody out for one reason or the other. We got Foster out. Glover out, and maybe Hunter will be out for a bit. It just gives guys other opportunities to step up.
Wes seemed like he really started to find his feet within this league tonight. How did you view his performance?
Yeah, Wes is, he got through in the fire. He came here a couple weeks ago. He's going to continue to get better. The thing I like the most about him is he got 6 rebounds in the second half. He didn't have any at halftime, and then he came out in the second half, and that's something that will impact winning as we move forward.
Is that something that you guys as a coaching staff pressed him on, or something you sort of took on himself to, accept more responsibility for his effort and impact?
I would say probably both. We challenged him in a roundabout way, and then he reacted and did a good job in the second half. And I think we'll see him be better in these parts of the game moving forward.
Josh, Daniel's played some decent minutes for you. 19 today. You speak about him almost 19 today. What do you like about his game? Like as a young kid coming in, first taste of NBL basketball, what's he bringing to the table?
Versatility for one. I think he's a guy that can play 1 through 4 in our system. If he ever starts really knocking, that's why I love to see him hit the shots. You got to get confidence in games and hit him in the games. He hits them in practice. He finally took them tonight. He's strong. He's physical. He likes playing with contact. He enjoys that. Foster's a guy that I think's got a chance to have a really long career in this league.
Last one. Fast break points were 12 to 27. Did you put that down to the turnovers as well, or how did you see that with them?
Yeah, live ball turnovers. If I throw the ball to you, you'd be better just throwing it out of bounds. If I throw the ball to you and you get to go that way without any resistance, it becomes really, there's not a lot of defense for that. We always say that. You don't want to turn the ball over, but if you turn it over, you'd rather throw it out of bounds than have these live ball turnovers. Again, we don't want it to become an epidemic, so it's something that we have to be more focused on, and I think we will. I think we'll be better at that.
Josh, do you have a firm timeline for Angus Glover's return?
No firm timeline. I mean, he's starting to move around a little bit. Hopefully, we can get him back before the FIBA break, but we'll just have to see. You don't want to bring him back too early. You want him to be, healthy and ready to go, and when the time's right, he'll be back. But let's see.
Coach, I wish you had a player next to you, but are you, what's the review look like tomorrow? Are you a fire and brimstone guy to say, hey, these last 2 games weren't great, or is it a more methodical approach from you? Give us an insight.
Yeah, we'll go, myself along with the staff, we'll go back and we'll review. And no, it's no fire and brimstone. It's really not. There's a lot of games left. It's more important that we correct the mistakes and learn from them, and get better. We're not a bad basketball team. I think what we found out tonight is that we just got work to do. If we want to be like I said earlier, if we want to be at the top of the league, Melbourne United's at the top of the league. We just got to be better, and we will. And we're not far off. But we'll stay confident and stay ready, and just learn from this. It's a learning opportunity.
So you've got to go to Cairns next Friday, and then it's back here against Adelaide. It doesn't get. It's hard every week. But what does that challenge look like? Give us an idea.
It's 2 Queensland games in a row. We got Cairns, then Brisbane, then Adelaide.
Your boy stitched me up there, Coach.
Well, I'm just correcting the stitch up. No, hey, look. The fun thing about this league is if you don't show up, you will get beat. It doesn't matter who it is. yeah, I would like to think we're going to be really focused for this Cairns game because yeah, it wasn't our best showing, but that's the best thing about sport. You get to redeem yourself, and if I know the guys in that locker room like I think I do, we'll be ready to go on Friday night, and then the next week against Brisbane, and then at home against Adelaide before the FIBA break.
Let's wrap it up there before the fingers get sweaty, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You're lip reading, sir.
Oh,
snitch up.
guys to your spots, please, quick.
That's the break that we go back to our final quarter in 4-down 30.
That